we are live at 360 Vegas Studios with this edition of School Police Talk. Gentlemen, great to be here with you.
Yeah, good morning, Neil.
You know, Lieutenant Zink, Lieutenant Campbell, I mean, I want to start off with many things, okay? When the chief came on and we talked and he had his goals and things that were very important of what he learned and where he came from and all these things that really are making a difference for the whole entire Clark County School District, right? The police, right? Mm-hmm. It's really wonderful.
But again, it's just that whole part of what it is that we do. If you get into this line of work, you have to have a heart that's geared towards community service. You can't come into this job anymore like maybe it was back in the 60s and the 70s with this whole attitude, I'm just going to thump and dump. I'm just going to go out and crack heads to make people do what I want. I'm going to bend them to my will and make them follow the law. We know, and Captain Mayor taught me this a long time ago, is that we cannot enforce our way out of our problems that we have. You could show up, and Mike can attest to this, you could show up at a school zone, write 100 tickets one day for U-turns, and think in your head, well, we solved this problem, but guess what? You come back the next day, and what happens?
Same thing.
Same thing.
With traffic, I mean, it depends on the location, but it's like you might have an impact for a couple days.
Right.
But it's like the education and the connection with the public and getting them involved in the problem is a bigger. It does more, like getting when we do the paint the curb things at the schools, getting the community involved in the problem so they take ownership of it, so they understand where we're coming from. Like, this isn't about writing tickets. This isn't about making money, because we don't make any money directly from our citations. Every other agency does.
Really? I thought you guys
No.
We do it out of the kindness of our heart.
That's one of the biggest misconceptions, is that if you get a ticket for $100, that money goes to keep the court system running.
Right.
That money goes directly into the county to keep the RJC open, to keep justice court and all those courts going, because all the people that work there have to be paid, and that's where most of that money goes. It's just not a revenue stream. It's just what we have to do to keep the courts open, to keep people in line. So
I mean, that's where the fines come from, or from the court, not from us.
I mean, we'd be driving Ferraris like people we know if we got money from these tickets.
Lamborghini.
I'm sorry. Yeah, we were driving. We'd be driving Lamborghinis if we had big Tonka trucks if we could, but instead we're driving.
You probably
Chevys
have everybody
and Fords
out there wanting to be a police officer if we got commission off the tickets.
Oh my God, we got like bonuses.
I mean, we have an officer right now that's written over 1,000 tickets yet for the school year. We have 2 officers that are always battling each other.
And that's from August until now.
And it's not a battle to just write terrible tickets. These are good, solid stops. They're good, where we're not looking for the 5 overs or the 3 overs. We're writing reckless citations. We're stopping people for quality violations. And they're out there, and they do it by being out there more often, longer hours.
Rain, heat,
yeah, I mean, anything
cold,
you can think of where it's uncomfortable when you walk out the door. They're doing it on top of a motorcycle too. They're doing it under that scorching heat in the summer, dehydrated. They're doing it in the winter, shaking and freezing. Their hands are numb, and they love it.
Yeah.
And that part where you're talking about social work and what people need and all the different hats that we wear, it kind of brings me into the, like,
I saw you wince.
Well, it's what is the why? And everybody, I think, has to wake up in the morning. To wake up in the morning and get out of bed, they have to have some reason. If you don't have a reason, I feel like that's where, you know, depression can set in, and a lot of other issues that even I've experienced. But when you have a why for work and you have a why for life, that's where that energy comes from. That's where we harness that just conviction of the job to come in and keep doing this. It's like I'll go out there and write those 100 tickets, and it's not because I want the money, and it's not because I think it's going to be perfect right now.
Right.
I'm there right now, and people are going to slow down at this school zone right now. I might save a life right here.
Right. Gentlemen, thank you again.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Neil.
All right, let's face this camera right here. We'll wave goodbye, okay? See you later.
See you next time.